Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. We are on episode 5 of season 1 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Same old, same old. There's always something going on with these folks, okay? So we start right in with Nikki and that damn Maul. He's starting to irritate me with his little tiny voice and all his fucking lies. And then I'm sitting there and they're going through the whole thing. He's still telling all these lies about what he didn't do with Masika and all of this. And Nikki's sitting there just eating it all up. She's so fucking delusional. You know, I'm like, come on. We've all had sex. We're all adults. We know when you lay down, what goes down. And all this business about he never had sex with her and this, that, thing, and the other. Girl, quit your playing. Quit your playing. Quit sitting around listening to that. You know good and well, if there's a box available and somebody's sucking dick, the box is being tapped as well. Okay? There's nothing that fierce about you to keep him out of Masika's box. Now, I don't think Masika's no beauty. But surely, with the throw up between you and her, you go on and believe what you want, okay? And I'm sitting there looking at Nikki. She's pulled so motherfucking tight that her face is literally shiny. Really? Go sit down. Go sit down, porcelain doll cunt. Go sit down. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. She's literally pulled so tight she looked like she had put Vaseline all over her goddamn face. Moving on. Youngberg and Tiara. Now, Youngberg and Tiara have actually decided to come together to do some music. They're both kind of on edge about the whole thing with old ugly ass Hazel. But who really cares what the wildebeest thinks when it's about money? This is about money. Fuck it. It's about Tiara got a voice, Berg got some production talent, boom, money. Ain't nobody talking about that dumb shit you talking about, Hazel. So I didn't even understand why they even had a conversation about it. They squashed their shit, whatever beef they had in the past, because Berg had spoke out a little too much about her and Ray J. Damn all that. The end of the day, the bottom line is green, okay? And I was with that. I was there for that whole little situation. And I think they're going to do some things together that's going to be some things that we could really work with. So, fuck Hazel and fuck Ray J and fuck all that bullshit y'all was arguing about. Get that money and keep it moving. This is the one thing about the show that we really don't get to really see is the production of these hip-hop tracks and stuff. You're so busy throwing drinks on each other and fucking and saying they ain't fucking that we missed the whole real point of the show. Anyway, moving on. Masika meets up with Hazel. They talk about the whole fight. I guess you could call it a fight that took place over at Morgan's house. They get down to the whole thing. They're going back and forth, and then she's telling, Masika is basically telling Hazel about how Tiara didn't help her, and this, that, the other. First of all, back up. Back up, big forehead. Tiara's not your friend, okay? Tiara's not your friend. You're Hazel's friend. You knew Tiara through Hazel. Why would Tiara fall out with anybody about you? Who are you? It didn't make any sense to me. And Hazel's so mad at Tiara that she's jealous as well. She knows that Tiara's telling the truth. She's so mad, she just wants to believe anything, and she's going on with all that old bullshit. I'm like, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But I didn't even get the gist of why she thought Tiara was supposed to be helping her. Fuck you. You pick the fight. Go on and fight or do whatever it is you're going to do. Hazel had these 2 braids in her head. First of all, 2 braids is absolutely ridiculous. That is so fucking 4th grade. But they were weaved. Now, I was excited to see what Hazel was going to look like with dark hair as opposed to all of this platinum hair. So I get to see her, and I was like, okay, well, this is some dark hair. That hairstyle's stupid, but let's see. Still ugly. Still ugly. Her features, that nose and her cheeks, still ugly. Poor thing. She's just, her looks are just abrasive. It's just something, fuck, ugly. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Nikki and Tiara actually meet up at the nail salon. No real big thing. Nikki's just kind of ridiculous to me. She's a blow-up doll, and she's just ridiculous. But she's basically, the air's being cleared. Tiara's like, I don't really know you that well. We're just getting to meet. I wanted you to know that I really didn't have anything to do with what happened over at Morgan's house. I didn't, it wasn't like a setup or anything like that. You know, I just wanted you to know, whatever. And Nikki's like, oh, okay. So the more she's talking and hearing different things, she's hearing how Morgan is really not a friend. How Morgan has actually showed the pictures of her, you know, before she had her work and all that kind of thing. So she's kind of getting the gist of that and not liking it. And naturally, I wouldn't have liked it either because it's fucking shady. But that's Morgan. That big titty bitch is shady. That's what she gives. Anyway, moving on. Next thing we actually see is Omarion and April. You know, this situation with Omarion and April is just starting to drain my substance. And week to week, I'm liking Omarion less and less and less. You know, I'm already done. His mother could fucking kick bricks off the side of a motherfucking bridge that ain't got no gates. As I'm just sick of her. She's just absolutely ridiculous. That business that she carried on at that shower, somebody need to beat her ass with a shit pistol. She's just ridiculous. But anyway, he accused April of having too much testosterone and being aggressive. April's not aggressive, sweet cheeks. Because if she was really all that aggressive, she'd take and slap your mother's face. Because that's what she deserves. She deserves to have her face smacked, and she deserves to be set apart. And she doesn't need to be made a part of anything. Not one thing does she need to be a part of. She is a fucking loose goose. She doesn't need to be a part of anything. You don't like the little girl, stay the fuck away from the little girl. Now that's how you handle that. See, I don't understand all this. I don't like this person. I don't care for him. But every time I look up, you in a scene with him. Anybody you don't like and you feel that strongly about, the fuck away from them. Get away from them. And all of this carrying on, you're doing all of this. Do you really think that girl's going to let you see your grandbaby? Because if it was me, bitch, you wouldn't be nowhere near one of my motherfucking babies. Nowhere near. You ain't never got nothing nice to say about the girl. And trust me, people do that shit. Have your kids and be saying all kind of old raggedy shit about you. And it always comes out in the wash. It always comes out in the wash. Some shit that you done said. While you posing as this person that's down for me. And now you talking shit over top of my kids. That ain't cool. And if I was April, that bitch wouldn't be seeing none of my motherfucking kids. Fuck her. Leslie's ridiculous. She need a motherfucking job and something to fuck to do. Simple ass. Anyway, moving on. Nikki and Morgan finally have a conversation. She had brought some girls down to a photo shoot. Not a photo shoot, I'm sorry. A video shoot for Ray J. And she basically confronted Morgan about the pictures and the different things and all of that. And the setup over at her house and all that. And Morgan tried to get real cute with her. Then Ray J ended up like cussing Morgan out. And that just goes on to more of the problems that Ray J and Morgan are having because they're not really getting along. Because Ray J is a bitch just like Morgan's a bitch. And if you put two bitches together, what are you going to get? But a damn dog fight. Okay. So anyway, but he was out of, and he's usually out of order. But again, I can't say I feel so bad for Morgan, bitch, because you're running around town. You just cause trouble every motherfucker where you go, bitch. Don't you think that some trouble's going to follow you? Karma is an ugly, fat, black bitch. That's why you have so many issues. Because you're always got your hand in some shit. Anyway, Next we see Moniece, Hazel, and Masika. They're all together. It ends up being a Tiara bashing party. Moniece, yeah, okay. Give me a second and I'll go back and talk about her. You know, she gets me geared up. Because she's the motherfucking parent of the year. But anyway, Masika is dropping all the tea about Berg and Tiara getting together to do music. Hazel swole. Because that's Hazel. So she's swole, as usual. Hazel's ugly ass ends up going around talking about how Tiara sleeps with other people's men. She called her a gutter bucket bitch. She called her a fucking Detroit hood rat bitch. Really? Really? And this is another thing. Now, this might just be me, and you all can leave this in the comments and tell me what you think. When there's an issue, if you've been real friends, actual friends with a person, how she said, oh, I could pull out times and dates and this, that, and the other things that Tiara did, these questionable things about fucking around with other people's men. You and your friend fall out. Chances are, yeah, I'm going up on the soapbox, so y'all come want to follow me. Chances are, if you fall out with a friend, y'all generally go back in, depending on what it is. You know, because I'm old mean bitch, and I may or may not ever speak to you again. I don't give a fuck. But just for me, you fall out, whether you go back in or not. Deep secrets and life-changing things, do you start divulging those things because you're upset? See, that's where I think is the difference between an adult and an old stinking motherfucker that you've been hanging out with. Because there's some things with folks that I will never speak to again in this life that I will never tell. But I guess that's just who I am as a person. I find it very wrong. Yeah, I'm mad about whatever I'm mad about. What does that have to do with whatever that situation was that you felt the need to confide in me about? And why would I start spilling that tea? I just don't get that. But that's where I came up on the soapbox. I just didn't get it. I think ugly ass motherfucking Hazel is really out of order to even be offering. So y'all were motherfucking roommates. So it could be, you could know anything about this girl. And for you to want to tell it, really, really ugly? I just don't see it. You're the one running around. You got enough problems without trying to hash up some old shit at Tiara's. Worry about that motherfucker that don't like you. Worry about that. Worry about keep begging him to be down with you when all he's doing is fucking you and rolling, dumbass. And stop trying to tell other people's motherfucking business, you ugly clown. Anyway, back down off my box, but bump, bam, and let's move on. Moniece is sitting there with them two. I don't even know why she's even offering any motherfucking advice about how to deal with somebody in a friendship, because I ain't seen nobody really being friends with her, because she's so motherfucking crazy. Tell who even understands what the fuck you got going on, Moniece. You need to go and worry about getting some motherfucking custody of your child and stop worrying about other people's business, you dumbass. Moving on. Berg and Hazel get together. Hazel gonna roll up on Berg about his whole situation with Tiara Marie. We ain't even got to go through all this, folks. He shut the bitch down as usual. Moving on. Shut her down. Because she's stupid and she's ugly. And when you're stupid and you're ugly, nobody owe you no explanation about nothing. Keep it moving. Anyway, Omarion sits down with old crackhead ass Lucy, honey. Here we go. She's telling her, you bet you are not going to be coming to the birth because you're going to change the atmosphere. We need smooth atmosphere. We can't have that. And he's going in trying to tell her, you know, you're just not going to be coming. And she basically is telling him, yeah, I am coming. You know, you and I don't even roll like that. This, that, thing, and the other. And I said to her what I wanted to say to her because I could say that. Then back down basically when he got done talking to Leslie. what I got out of it is that Leslie was still coming to the birth. Man, Omarion, if you don't get your mammy together and go on somewhere and have her sit her motherfucking monkey ass down somewhere, she's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, and the thing, April was exactly right. The things that she said to her were just unforgivable. To sit at someone's baby shower and tell them how they're not going to be a good parent, who the fuck are you? Who are you? And she doesn't need to be there stressing this girl out while she's trying to deliver this baby. She really doesn't. But I don't know what's going to go. And then he's real good at shutting April down. I need you to zip it. Well, you didn't tell your mammy some shit like that. And he don't need her to zip it. We need her to shut all the way the fuck up. That's what we really need her to do. Shut all the way the fuck up, Leslie. Go bury yourself, bitch. Throw yourself in the garbage, whore. Anyway, moving on. Ray J and Morgan have a little... She has a little session where she's basically telling him that she's feeling a little unappreciated. He didn't even receive it like he should have. He received it like Ray J and basically shut her down, hurt her feelings on top of it, letting her, like, you're not shit, bitch. I call you family, bitch. I'll let you have a bone over at the goddamn cookout with the family. And he gives her some of that dick too, I'm sure. And I don't care what anybody says. They have to prove me wrong. I'm sorry. I believe that Ray then gave her a little taste of that meat, honey. And that's why a lot of shit goes on by. I think he's tapping Morgan too. But anyway, he talked to her bad. You know, you just be the assistant and blah, 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 blah. So I think in a couple of weeks, we're going to end up seeing he's going to lose his assistant. And I think that's a bad move for him because she is down for him. And he do talk to her like shit. But again, karma. So anyway, let's wrap up. Last thing that we see, Masika and Maul. Maul has Masika come out to the house. Basically, it was a setup. Nikki wanted him to pull them together, and she wanted to hear him tell her he didn't fuck her and that she needed to go on, that she's his woman and all that old bullshit. So he went on and agreed to it. He's just a hot-ass mess. Masika's out there. Masika handled herself like a lady. She actually really, really did. She didn't get all loud. She was like, you know, whatever. Y'all have each other. Man, I can't even believe you're sitting here lying. And he did. He actually sat there and lied to face about she sucked his dick and they didn't do nothing, this, that, and the other, and that Nikki was his woman and this, that, and the other. And I thought it was very demeaning, very degrading, and I was really surprised. But Masika handled herself like a lady. She really did. All the way up until they were leaving out. And that motherfucking Nikki gonna put her hand on her back like to push her out the door. She turned around. She was getting ready to give that motherfucking Nikki the 1-2, baby. And this is how much he gives a fuck. Now, everybody knows about work. Getting work done. You get your titties done. You don't want nobody hitting you in your titties up here. Because you got all this seal up here by your heart and shit. You don't want nobody to punch you in your chest, trust me. And your face, it's like fucking fiberglass. You do not want nobody bamming the shit out of you. Now, everybody knows that. When the shit went to going down between Masika and Nikki, he didn't really protect Nikki. Masika could have reached around and really cold cocked the fuck out of Nikki. That Maul, he's something else. He's something else, and he's not down for her. So whatever she gets fucking with him, she fucking deserves. Oh, porcelain cunt. You deserve whatever you get. You need to stop jumping up in people's face with all your fake shit. Because you're going to mess around and somebody going to punch you so hard one time, bitch, and your titty going to end up here by your motherfucking cheek. Keep on playing, bitch. You better stay the fuck out of people's motherfucking face, Nikki. Here. Anyway, on that, I'm done with this shit for the week. Thumbs up or thumbs down the video. You guys know how that works. Leave me comments. Tell me what you think. I'm enjoying this. Like I said, they're crazy as fucking hell. But they are definitely not boring. Every Monday, they give us something to talk about. So, I'll catch you guys back here next week. Leave me comments. Definitely, you can follow me over on Twitter at spillitboy. And stop by the website, www.spillitboy.com. And, hey, I'll catch you guys next week. Bye, guys.